Okay, I think I am live. Yes, I am. All right, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good night, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Eric F. King, and I want to share a message with you today. All right. Happy Memorial Day weekend for those of you in the United States. Um, and I'm not going to be here before you long. But I just want to share a few things that came to me today based on a conversation I had with a young man a couple days ago. One thing I found, official power self and Carl, welcome on Instagram. So I think we're on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube right now. So definitely drop your comments. I'd love to shout you out. Welcome everybody. So today I want to talk about 10 ways to market your business to become financially free. And the reason why I'm actually doing this live today is because I was having a conversation with a young man. And uh, let's see. Oh, Benetta, welcome. Benetta, welcome. Appreciate you. So I was having a conversation with a young man, and he was telling me all the things he was doing with his business. Okay, obviously I won't mention his name because I never do. And he was talking about how excited he is, and how he's putting together his website and how he hired someone to help him with his videos. And he's talking about all these things, and I realized that he never got to the marketing and the sales. Right, he never got to the marketing and the sales. And one thing I want to say, hi Cordelia, welcome. One thing I want to say is this: when you're building a business, it's important to know that at least 80% of your time should be in the marketing and the sales department. 80%. So if you find yourself doing all these things and maybe you spend like 10% on sales and marketing, it's not going to work. You're not going to be successful. Period. Just like that. It's over. I'm just being honest, right? So for those of you that don't know me, I've been in business for over 25 years, and I've built very successful businesses, including online businesses, right? I'm a sales coach, and probably sold well over $30 million worth of products and services. And I don't say that to impress you, just to impress upon you that I know what I'm talking about, all right? So I want you to take notes. I want you to take notes. Every day, you must do something to build your business. In other words, you must do something to either you're in front of someone talking to them about your product or service and selling it, or you're creating something like maybe a video, a reel, a post, something, or an email that you're going to send out, which is promoting your business. In other words, getting to the sale, right? Um, or you're networking with people, meeting with people, getting to know them. So eventually you can sell your offer, right? So you always want to be selling your offer. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should get online every day and say, well, this is my offer. This is how much it is. No, you have to network. You have to build rapport, all of that. But everything is towards marketing and sales. That is the lifeblood of your business. All right, marketing and sales. So today I'm going to go through 10 ways to do it. So you have no excuse after today. 10 ways to market your business so you gain more visibility. People see you, right? Because if people are not seeing you, you're not making money, period. All right. So here we go. 10 ways. All right. Number one, you want to join networking groups. Now, some people don't feel comfortable in networking groups. But you know what I tell them? You have to get over it. Because the reason why networking groups are so powerful is people are open to hearing what you have to say about your product or service, right? They're open to hearing about it. You know, if you're just connecting with people online every day, right, and you're asking them to buy your product, it's very slow because most people won't buy it. because that you're online, right? A lot of people think online marketing is a scam. I hear people say that, right? So you actually have to meet people, whether it's online or in person. You have to meet people, shake their hand, or if it's on Zoom, get to know them, right? And then you have to ask them questions about what they do. And then they start to know, like, and trust you. Then they're going to ask you what you do, and then you're going to tell them. Okay. Networking events are powerful. That's why I created one, right? The Promote Your Business Meetup Group. And I'm not even here to promote that. I'm just saying that networking groups are powerful. Okay. I have built a big business off of generating thousands and thousands of leads from networking groups over the years. That's number one. Number two, another way to promote your business is through past clients. You see, a lot of times we have clients and the clients had a great experience and we just move on to the next person. Okay, they're old clients. Move on to the next person. But what you don't realize is the best, well, not the best, one of the best ways to promote yourself and your business is to contact your past client. Why? Because number one, if they had a great experience, they'll buy again from you, especially if you have another offer, right? Like I have different offers, right? You may have bought my course, and then I can tell you about my coaching program, right? You may have bought my book, but you don't know about my course, right? So there's so many different things you can do, right? So you want to stay in touch with your past clients because they can buy more from you, and when you contact them, that reminds them about how much you help them, and then they can be a testimonial for you. They can shout you out. They can send out a message to their email list, tell them to tell people to connect with you, things of that nature. So don't forget your past clients. All right, that's crucial. Your past clients. All right, that's number two. Number three is referrals. Referrals are golden. Golden. I met with a lady who was selling insurance a few years ago, and she was talking about life insurance. So, I told her that I already have two life insurance policies. I'm not going to get a third one. I don't want to be worth too much when I'm gone. Right? So, two is enough. All right. Two is enough. All right. So, anyway, I, I, um, I didn't get her plan or whatever it is, right? But I appreciated her meeting with me, and I like what she talked about. She seemed very trustworthy. So I kept seeing her at the meeting. And now fast forward months later, someone asked me if I know any insurance agents that do group life insurance, because he is in a group of elderly folks, and he wanted to know if they can get group life insurance. So I called her up. I said, "Hey, do you know do you guys do group life insurance?" And she said, "Yeah, we do." Okay, so I introduced her to him, and she went and did a presentation and signed up 37 people. 37 people. She was in tears. She said, "You know what, Eric, I have never made that kind of money before in one day or one month." I think it was a few days that they did it, right? Now, I referred her. I didn't buy from her, right? Referrals are powerful. One of the great things about referrals is it's an easy sale. It's an easy sale, right? When people refer you, they already believe in you, they trust you, and with that belief and their trust, they're telling other people about you. So when those people contact you, it's not, they're not really trying to find out if you're legit or not. They already know. They just want to know maybe they can afford it, right? Referrals are powerful. Referrals are powerful. If someone doesn't buy from you, ask them, who do you know that may be interested in what I have? Who do you know that may be interested in what I have? And let them know, I'm not gonna be pushy. I'm not gonna be salesy, and they'll know because you met with them, right? One of the reasons why I get a lot of referrals is because I don't pressure people into buying. If you pressure people into buying, no one will give you a referral because they don't want you to do that to their friends, right? So that's another thing. You cannot pressure people, right? You cannot pressure people. If it's not for them, if they don't have the money, let them go. Okay. So yeah, welcome everybody. Petros, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. So referrals are powerful. All right. You always want to ask for referrals. All right. So that's number three. Number four, social media. Now, when I say social media, when you post, let's say you post information about your product or your service, or a video or something like that, and people comment, they say, great video, or I love what you said about that, or you have a great service. Don't just say thank you. Connect with them, like talk to them, right? On social. So say something like, thank you so much. So what did you like most about what you heard, right? So let's say you're on health and wellness, and you did a video on, the right foods to eat and the right exercise, right? And they said they loved the video. What did you like most about the video? Well, I just love the fact that you talked about, different types of food that one should eat, or food that you shouldn't eat, right? And I learned a lot from that. And then you say, oh, that's great. Well, it's great that my videos are helping people out. I love that. Is there anything else you'd like to know about, meal plans, or what I was talking about? And they say, yeah. And then they ask you a question. This is when you say, you know what? I have some information for you, but it's best if we actually meet so I can share it with you, right? Let's jump on a quick Zoom and I can share some information with you, right? And then because they liked your information, or they were impressed by it, a lot of times they'll join your call. And you can even say something like, you know I just want to share with you how I've helped other people, right? It may or may not even be for you. Throw that in. It may or may not be for you. That's gold, because right there, their guard goes down when you say that, right? It may not even be for you. I say that all the time. This may not even be for you. But let me, I'll share with you anyway, right? So that's what you want to do. So when people show an interest, you want to connect with them, and you want to get them on a Zoom to meet with them. I mean, if they're local, yeah, you can meet with them, in person, but you want to get them on a Zoom. Now you can find out exactly what they need, and then you can provide them with exactly what they need, and they're more likely to buy. Okay. So again, social media, you don't sell on social media. You share valuable information on social media. You give value, but then you get them on a Zoom call. That's where you sell your offer. And by the way, selling is not convincing someone to buy something they don't need for your benefit. Selling is persuading someone to buy something that's going to benefit them. That's what selling is. So I just want to define it, because some people, they think selling is a bad word. It's not. The whole economy, the whole world runs on selling, right? The house I'm in right now, a realtor sold it to me. That's why I was able to build this house, right? Sold me the plot and all of that, right? Selling is good, right? I drive a car around because someone sold me the car, right? So nothing wrong with selling, folks. Selling is good. Embrace it. I love selling. All right. So I think that's number four. Oh, appreciate you, David. Good to see you, Latoya. Thanks for being on. All right. So that is number four. So let's go to number five. Okay. So number five. This one, I started doing a few years ago, a couple years ago now. Exploded my business. Absolutely exploded my business. You're going to wonder, what is it now? This is for people that like to speak, right? Um, the highest paid skill in the world is speaking, right? Selling and speaking, obviously, but speaking, if you can speak one to many, right? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm speaking to people on LinkedIn, to people on YouTube, to people on Instagram, one to many. And then when I'm done, the video is going to be out there and more people will watch it every day, right? One to many. So you want to speak in different places where you're talking one to many, because one to one takes a long time. That's all it is. It takes a long time, right? One to many. One way to do this is by speaking at a studio event. A studio event. Now, some people say, well, what's a studio event? Okay. You may have seen people like Anthony Robbins or Lisa Nichols or Trent Sheldon, right? These people, they don't speak one to one, right? They don't even do podcasts anymore. They're on stage in a studio, because a studio gives you the credibility, the authority, right, that you need for people to see you and say, wow, she's bigger than I thought. Wow. It's like being on TV without having to pay for TV. Okay. Studio. You know, I started doing it for myself, and my business grew so fast. I started opening it up for other coaches. Right. If you're interested in learning more, go to studiospeaking.com. I'll put it in here. Studiospeaking.com. Studiospeaking.com. Yeah. So go to studiospeaking.com, and you'll see some of my speakers. I call them world-class speakers because they are. You'll see some of my world-class speakers that have spoken on the stage, and they've gotten so much recognition, leads, sales, and anybody can do it. Like, speaking, it's a learned skill. You're not really born with it. It's a learned skill, right? Some people say, well, I was born with the gift of gab. That's great, but you don't have to be born with it, right, to speak in a studio. So if you're interested in that, if you go to that site, you'll see other speakers that have done it, and then you'll see the 20 benefits of speaking on my stage. 20 benefits. Check it out. All right. All right. Welcome, Genevieve. Welcome. Welcome from Trinidad and Tobago. I believe that's where you're at. Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. All right. So studio event. So you want to learn how to do that. It separates you from the masses. Only 1% of coaches, consultants, and authors speak at a studio. 1%. Success leaves clues. If the 1% are doing it, why not join the 1% and do it yourself? You get to a lot of people that way. All right. All right. So I think that's number 5 or so. Number 6. Another thing you want to do is you want to attend masterminds. You want to attend masterminds. Some of you attended my mastermind over the weekend in DC. And at a mastermind, you get to meet like-minded people. Okay, you get to meet like-minded people. You get to learn and grow. Every time I go to a mastermind, I learn so much, and I implement something that I learned. Right. I mean, this mastermind, I put it together, but I learned so much because there were 4 speakers. Right. I wasn't the only speaker. Right. And then you're able to meet other people, and organically you're able to sell your offer eventually, because people that meet you, they don't see you as a salesperson. They just see you as someone that they met, and then when they hear what you do, they're like, oh, that's interesting, let's talk about it. Before you know it, they're buying from you. Okay. It's a warm market. They know you. They already know you. All right. So masterminds are powerful. There's a guy by the name of Myron Golden, and he holds masterminds. And I've been to several of his masterminds. I always meet great people. I'm always able to eventually sell some people that I met, and I buy too. I buy offers of people that I met there. Actually, there's a guy I met who in California. Well, I met him in Atlanta, and I bought his book, right? And he ends up flying down from California to my mastermind in DC just last weekend. See how things work? All right. So masterminds, a great way, a great way. Welcome, Linda. Good to see you. Kendrick, welcome. All right. So the next one is number 7, lives. Lives like this. You want to do lives. Now, I know that lives can be scary because it's live, right? But one thing I figured out over the years is that the things that are scary are the things that are going to get you to the next level. Honestly, if you do the things that you're comfortable with, you'll never make more than you're making now. You'll never live a better lifestyle than you're living now if you do what you always do. You have to do something that gets you out of your comfort zone. Lives are powerful because you get to talk to people live, like I am right now. You're talking to people live, right? It's not rehearsed. It's not like I mess up. I make mistakes in the lives all the time, but people know I'm real, right? They know I'm real, right? So when you do lives, you get to people right away. They see you. It's authentic what you're saying. It's not recorded. It's not rehearsed. I can't do 10 takes. This is my only take, right? So you want to start doing lives. Start with one. You don't have to do it on all these platforms like I'm doing. Start with one platform. Start doing lives. What do you talk about? Give people value. Do what I'm doing right now. Just give people value. Right? They don't have to buy anything. Just give people value. So lives are powerful. Okay. So do some lives. All right. Then number 8 is podcasts. Podcasts are powerful, right? Podcast is powerful, especially if it's a podcast that's in your niche, right? So you don't want to get on podcast just for the sake of getting on podcast. You want to get on a podcast that has an audience that are in your target market, right? So the podcasts I get on are podcasts that have an audience of entrepreneurs, right? Typically, entrepreneurs, speakers, coaches, authors, right? That makes sense. Someone asked me to be on his podcast, and his audience are let's see, they're it's like it's like companies that are looking for people to work for them. That's not me. I'm an entrepreneur. Like that's like I'm not gonna waste my time on that podcast. It's not does have nothing to has nothing to do with me, right? So it's not just jumping on podcast. Find out who their target market is, because time is money. Time is money. You want to maximize your time, right? Now it doesn't have to be a huge podcast. No, because here's the thing: you can talk to 5 people, and one of them says, "Hey, I want to buy your offer," right? So don't get wrapped into the, oh, there has to be a huge podcast. No. By the way, let me just say this too. Um, you don't have to have a following of hundreds of thousands of people to make money. Okay. There are people that have 100,000 followers that are hardly making any money. They just have people following them. It's not about the people that follow you, it's about the people that know you and you know them, right? The genuine friendships, people you actually talk to and they've talked to you, right? So forget about all of that. You can make a fortune without a lot of people, right? I mean, I remember when I started on LinkedIn, I probably had like 1,000 people. I was making great income. Like I don't like to talk about how much I make and all that, but I was making a great. I was making a full time income. I had less than 2,000 people following me, right? But I knew like 500 of them or 600 of them. Like I knew them and they knew me, right? So you want to build that cohesion where people actually know you. Get on more Zooms with people, and so they can meet you and you can meet them. And write down everything. I mean, I'm old school, so I actually write this down, right? So there's probably a better way. Write down their name, write down what you talked about, right? Write down whether they were interested in your offer or what they were interested in. Write down what they do. I have thousands of people like that I know. Now I don't have 100,000 people following me, but you don't need that. You don't need that. All right. So that's just by the way. That's just by the way. All right. So I talked about podcasts. Yeah. If you want to, if you really want to go into podcasts, go to a Pod Match, and they actually match you with podcasters that are looking for guests. Right. Pod Match. All right. All right. Number 9 is online summits. Online summits. Okay. Online summits are powerful. So they're basically events that people hold where they have maybe 5, 10, 20, even 50 speakers, right? And you're able to speak to the group. All right. You're able to get a lot of leads because a lot of times they actually give you the names of the leads, or you can you can share your lead magnet. Lead magnet is basically valuable information that you share with people, and then for them to get it, they have to give you their name and email, right? And you build your email list, right? So that's a great way to do it. Online summits, and I've been on several online summits, right? They're pretty good. Um, and then also, a lot of people see you. right? So I was it's funny. I was in an online summit, and I got a lot of leads from that. And then one of the ladies in the online summit, right? She ended up speaking on my stage at the studio, right? So you just never know who you're going to meet, right? She actually spoke about public speaking, right? Marla Press. She talked about public speaking. She's one of the best that I know. She's really good at it, right? She teaches a lot of people. She ends up obviously paying me to speak on at my studio event, right, in North Carolina, right? And I met her in one of those online summits, right? So you never know where you're gonna meet people. You never know where your success will come from, where your money will come from. But money comes from people. Okay, don't hide behind an email or hide behind, like, you can use email. I use email, but don't hide behind a computer. You want to talk to people, okay? Because that's where the money actually comes from. All right, that's number nine. Okay, and then is number 10 is collaborations. If you follow me, you'll notice that I collaborate a lot. I collaborate with people, sharp people, ambitious people, talented people, right? Because I know that no man is an island, right? You know, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a good example. So when I started growing my meetup group, Promote Your Business Meetup, it was growing so fast. They sent me an email from New York and from the headquarters and said they want me to jump on a call with top meetup organizers. Right. So I love masterminding. So I jump on. And one of the speakers, her name was Tanya Tyler. She has a great group called Confidence Strides. And I'm listening to her and I'm taking notes. I'm like, this lady is brilliant, right? She's building a big group. So I connect with her. And then her and I start doing events together. We start collaborating, right? We start collaborating, right? So so now her audience gets to know me, I get to know her audience, and we're both profiting from this partnership, right? We're benefiting mutually, right? And our audiences are benefiting, right? Then she says, Eric, there's a group of meeting holders that meet, I think, twice a month, and you should join. You should join us. So I said, okay, what do I need to do? She said, well, there's an interview process. They have to interview you and all that. So I joined. And then I met a guy named Dave. Wait, is he here? I think he's here. Hold on. Hold on. I thought I saw him here. There you go. David Good. David Good. He's on YouTube right now. I met David Good in that group. Now, David Good, like, so our my group is probably like 3,500. David Goods, his group is 35,000. It's actually 40,000 now. He corrected me a couple of days ago. 40,000 people in his group. I met him through Tanya, right? Right? It's because I'm collaborating. When you collaborate, it's amazing how far you can go, right? How many more people can see you. And another thing that collaboration does is it forces you to get serious. Okay, so for instance, I had a live I plan to do today. Now, I can decide not to do it. I can say, you know what, I'm tired. But if I'm collaborating with somebody, I have to show up because they're going to show up, right? So that's another great thing about collaborations. When you collaborate, you're able to do more because you're two or three or four. My calls, my podcast, right, which is on Monday mornings at 7 a.m. By the way, it's tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. And I do it on Christmas, New Year, Memorial Day, it doesn't matter. I'm on, right? So I'm going to be there tomorrow. I collaborate with other world-class coaches, right? I collaborate with them and I learn from them. They learn from me. Their audience sees me. My audience sees them. It's a mutually beneficial for everybody involved. Everybody involved, right? We may have 100 people on tomorrow morning watching live, but those 100 will share it. And by the end of the day, there could be 1,000 people that watched it, right? So now if I did a podcast by myself, it would never get to 1,000 in a day. But because I'm doing it with five other people, it grows, right? One of my speakers is from Britain, one is from Nigeria, right? We have speakers from all over the world, right? That's the power of collaboration. That's the power of collaboration. So I want to just share with everybody on today. Um, I have a I have a class coming up for my compassionate closer coaching program. So if you are struggling with sales, or you want to learn how to close the deal. A lot of people just don't know how to close the deal, right? They say everything about the product, but they don't know how to close the deal. I help you with that. If you don't know how to overcome objections, it's too expensive. I need to talk to my spouse. I need to think about it, right? I found a better deal, whatever it is. I talk about that. I help you with that, right? So there's so many things that people need to learn about sales that they don't know. And it's okay. They don't teach us that in school, but I have a lot of experience with it, right? If you're interested, go to compassionatecloser.com. I'll put this in the chat. Compassionatecloser.com. Compassionatecloser.com. Now, when you go to compassionatecloser.com, a few things you can do. Number one, you can grab my free ebook. Okay. I wrote an ebook to teach you how to be a master at influence and persuasion, which you need in your life, regardless of what you do. You can be a master at influence and persuasion. Grab that ebook. All right. I give you tips, 5 tips, secrets to tripling your sales. All right. So you can grab that, and if that's all you want, that's fine. But if you are interested in learning more about my coaching, you can also book a call. Okay, you can book a call, and we can talk about it. If we think it's a good fit for you, fine, great. If not, fine, great. All right. Compassionatecloser.com. Now, if you're thinking, well, Eric, I'm wondering, has anybody actually benefited from your coaching? That's a good question. Good question. Go to successwitheric.com. Successwitheric.com. Click on work with me, and you'll see a ton of people that have worked with me in the past. Okay. And you'll hear and you'll see what they have to say. Successwitheric.com. So I'm going to put that in here too. Successwitheric.com. And as you can see, I'm not a whiz at this computer stuff, right? I could have had that. I could have cut and paste and put it there. Like, I just do it as I go, right? I just do it as I go, right? You don't have to be good at all this stuff. You just have to be active, right? You just have to be active, right? So, you know, that's what I want to share today. I appreciate all of you being on. Yes, David, appreciate that. I appreciate that. Appreciate all of you. Latoya, my good friend Latoya is on. Appreciate you all. And I'm going to be doing more lives. I do videos a lot. I do my shorts that I put out there, but I'm going to be doing more lives because I want to give you all more information, more that you can take to the bank. Like, I don't give any information out that I can't sell. Basically, that's my rule, right? I'm not gonna. Some people say, "Well, Eric, I can't give them that. I can't give them that good stuff because then what am I gonna sell them?" That's not how you think. You give them their good stuff, and then they come to you because they want more, right? So I can never share information with you that's not good enough to sell. It has to be good enough to sell for me to share with you. I'm not going to give you fluff. I'm going to give you real stuff, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? Because I want you to succeed. A lot of people fool themselves, by thinking that they can just listen to videos and personal development and they'll be rich. No, yeah, personal development is great. I listen to audios every day, right? But you got to do something. You got to connect with people because money comes from people. All right. So those are the things I want to talk about. If you're just connecting, you may want to go back and watch it. I know it's on YouTube and LinkedIn. I talked about networking groups, your past clients, referrals, social media, masterminds, lives, podcasts, online summits, collaborations, studio events, right? All these ways are great ways, proven ways. I'm not just this is stuff I've done, right? Proven ways to get your the word out there about your business, about your service, about your product. All right. So I'll end with that. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure to be here with you this evening. Have a great rest of your weekend, and if you can, jump on our call tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern time. We have another great topic. Just go to my LinkedIn if you want to connect with us. Go to my LinkedIn, and if you want to promote your business, jump on our calls. If you don't know when our calls are, send me your email wherever. Send me your email. I will send you the call. I'll send you a reminder every time we have a call where you can promote your business. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.